For all of the men who hate my tattoos, let me tell you why I got them.
Welcome back, beautiful people. Today on Wild World Footage, we're looking at women losing their minds because men hate their tattoos. This is a must-watch. Let's go.
So my ex-fiance wasn't really a big fan of my tattoos. He wouldn't explicitly say that, but it was like pretty clear they weren't his thing. And so I was like, you know what? I just won't get any more. That's not that big of a deal. Partnership is about compromise, and we're building this beautiful life together. And then he abruptly left me. So I had to do, what I needed to do to sort of like properly grieve that and take care of myself and process it. And
Does she really think it's a flex to prove that her ex-fiance was right all along?
My ex-boyfriend told me that his least favorite feature of mine is my neck tattoo. Girl, you know that saying, don't ask the questions you wouldn't want the answer to? Well, I asked the question. I remember we were swimming in the pool. We were just chilling, hanging out. There was just this awkward silence, and I'm the kind of feel it. So I'm like, let's come up with a question. We both had a ton of tattoos, and I was just like, let's play a game. What's our least favorite tattoo of each other's?
What?
Mistake number one. And I remember at first he was like, I'm not gonna play this game with you. And my dumb ass is like, come on, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm just sitting there thinking he's gonna go, your treble clef. It's stupid. Everyone has a treble clef. Like, we get it, you sing, shut the f up. Nope. That is not what he said. I'm having flashbacks like I was in the war. He literally goes, your neck tattoo. I was baffled. I looked at him and I went, no, come on, be serious. Like, what's your least favorite tattoo? Your neck tattoo. Like my face. We broke up shortly after. And I am never asking that question again. So I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I like him. It's not about what you like.
So far, we're 2 for 2 for women being left by their boyfriend and ex-fiance because of their tattoos. My question to you guys is, do you guys care if a woman has tattoos? Let me know down below.
What would you do if your partner said they didn't want you getting any more tattoos? For context, my boyfriend and I have been together for about 5 months, and I very clearly have quite a few tattoos. And we were having a conversation yesterday. I sent him a picture of this girl that had 2 arm sleeves, and I said that I thought it looked really good. And his response was, if you think this looks good, then we need to reconsider what we're doing here.
That escalated quickly.
He then went on to say it gets to a point where it's too many. And he has voiced this opinion before in the past, saying, I think, too many tattoos is unattractive. I think what you have is fine, which I've always said I don't want my whole body covered in tattoos, but I've always considered doing my other arm, at least finishing my one arm. And he's known this since we started talking. He's known that I've wanted to get more tattoos, at least on my one arm, and fill in what I have. And I think it really got under my skin this time because I was thinking, like, what is that fine line? Like, what happens if I go to the tattoo shop and I get one more tattoo and I come home and he's just like, yeah, actually, that one right there was the fine line for me. And that's my threshold of what's too many. And I'm all for respect. If my partner doesn't like something, I'm not going to do it. And vice versa. If there's something I don't like, he's not going to do it. But at the same time, I feel like this is different. Because when I met him, he knew I liked tattoos. And I think it's kind of weird to say, okay, well, what you have is fine, but if you decide to get a lot more, I'm actually all set. But can't define what too many is. I don't know. You let me know what you think about it.
I think we're going to be 3 for 3. She's definitely getting that tattoo, and he is definitely going to leave her because of it.
Should have known. That's bullshit. She should have called me. I feel like calling this shop. Why? It's illegal for him to tattoo you there. I just looked it up. Just like my tattoo artist wouldn't do it.
Okay.
She's a grown woman.
Okay.
She knows better. This is bullshit. I'm telling you, let me see it on the TikTok or something, and we're going to have a problem.
Let's say you had a daughter and she decided to get a tattoo behind your back. How would you react?
What is it about this tattoo that bothers people? Except it's fucking covered in tattoos. That right there.
That's his name. Go wake up for school, babe. Hey, go wake up for school, okay?
It's his name. So I guess I'm gonna have to start the removal process. It's gonna make him sad, but apparently rapists are okay, but kids' names aren't.
Is she really trying to justify a face tattoo because it's her kid's name? It does not make a difference, lady. It's a face tattoo. It's embarrassing.
Riddle me fucking this. Why is it that men can say things like, oh, you would be so much prettier if you didn't have like all those tattoos or the piercing or whatever, and it's fine. But if I say things like, well, I only like guys over 200 pounds that could throw me around like a rag doll and make $250,000 a year, I'm...
The mental gymnastics this young lady just did is mind-boggling. You can't compare a man asking his girlfriend or wife not to get a tattoo with a woman who's a gold digger.
Ultimately, when it comes to tattoos and piercings, all this stuff, like, it's, for most men, it's going to be either neutral, but that's the best it's ever going to be. Like, when you get all tatted up, piercings, it's either going to be a neutral and you're doing that shit for yourself because you like it, or it's going to be a negative for men. It's either a neutral or a negative.
Not around here, partner.
But all your tattoos, all your piercings, it's almost never going to be a positive.
For me,
now there's some dudes who have like tattoo fetishes, but it's a guy's never going to be like, I didn't want her. Now that she's all blasted in tattoos and has a septum piercing, now I want to bang her. No.
I think that a guy that has tattoos would be more like obviously accepting of a girl that has them. You know what I mean? And if that's like the type of person that you want to attract, like...
Here's what I agree with.
Okay.
A guy who has tattoos is probably more accepting, that's the word you use, accepting of a woman who has tattoos.
Right.
Whether or not it makes her more attractive,
oh no,
I don't think that's the case.
No.
Even for men who have tattoos. I think it's a neutral or it's a negative.
Majority of men would probably say they don't prefer a woman with tattoos, but of course, there's always outliers. But generally speaking, a man is not dying to marry a woman who's heavily tattooed.
Lucky you get to be the victim of my next question. I have never been told I've had masculine tattoos. I'll show you at the end and you can tell me what you think. But this brings me to my next question. Is it attractive to you for a girl to have tattoos? And is there a point, if you do like tattoos, where it becomes unattractive to you? And you gotta explain why, because I've never been told this.
You sure about that?
Alright, now let me show you my tattoos and you can tell me if they're masculine. This is the only one that maybe could be considered slightly masculine because of the snake, but I really love him. Then we have a bunch of wildflowers and it ties in the rest. She's badass. She is in space, in mountains, in the wilderness. That's kind of the theme. Then I have a cute little daisy teacup with wildflowers and books because that's how I like to fill my cup. This guy I think is pretty self-explanatory. It's one of my newer ones. It's pretty. This one is my favorite because it shows where I like to be at peace, and I just think it's so pretty. I love it. Yeah, but honestly, I really love them all. So.
Does it really matter if the tattoo is masculine or not? It's a tattoo. It just does not look that attractive, especially if you have a whole sleeve. Like, who are you trying to impress or tell your whole life story to?
Every tattoo you see on a woman is trauma. No woman gets a tattoo at the height of her life, okay? It's always from traumatic experiences. Her daddy hated her. She got cheated on. Oops, butterfly tattoo. Oops, I got my initials on my grandma. Don't buy it. Don't buy the granny bullshit, okay? Me and my sister got this flame on our arm. No. You're cheated on. You ran through. Avoid.
And now, to prove his point, watch the following video.
All right, ladies, let's talk about our divorce tattoos. I got my 2 tattoos when I was going through my divorce in the very, very beginning. As a matter of fact, when we weren't even officially separated, the marriage was definitely crumbling at the time.
Damn.
And I definitely did it for 2 reasons. Number 1, it was an act of rebellion because I had been thinking about getting a tattoo for several years, and I mentioned it to my husband at the time, and he told me that I wasn't allowed. So me going and taking the step of getting that first tattoo was definitely my Gen X I won't do what you tell me act. And then similarly, the second reason was a celebration of my freedom, that I was taking back my rights to my body to do whatever I wanted to do with my body, whatever I decided to do. Now, both of the tattoos, I was very deliberate in what I decided to get. I wanted to, if I'm going to brand myself, let me brand myself with strength. And I wanted them to be in a place where I see them every day. And I ended up doing them on the inside of my forearm. The first one is Survivor on the inside of my wrist. And then about a month and a half later, I went back. And the second one is a Celtic symbol for female warrior. And a couple weeks ago, I happened to come across a video on my FYP that was talking about forearm tattoos, and that they are a symbol, especially for women, of someone who has overcome great challenges and who has been through hell and back. And I can definitely say that my marriage was a great challenge, and it definitely was hell, and I'm making my way back from it 4 years later, still making my way back. So tell me about the tattoos that you got in your divorce, or if you have a forearm tattoo, tell me about that one.
Getting a tattoo does not make you a warrior. You divorced your husband because you wanted to be the strong, independent woman who doesn't want to listen to any man, and now you're single, posting on social media, encouraging other women to get tattoos.
Someone please explain to me how my parents are getting mad that I got this tag on me. And my dad comes to tell me, oh, you can't get certain jobs with that. Okay, what kind of job are you talking about? What kind of job are you talking about? He said, a police officer. Good thing I wouldn't be able to fucking cop. What the fuck? How are you gonna get mad at me for this when I have this? And this? And I have a back to what? B for brown. Just in case you didn't see it, this is what it is. It's so small, you don't even notice it for like 2 fucking weeks.
That would be the reaction to any father who actually cares about his kids. You do not want your daughter with all these tattoos walking around because it does not portray a good image.
You don't like my tattoos?
No, I don't like them. Women shouldn't have tattoos.
Grandma.
Hey, I got this tattoo yesterday, but my boyfriend doesn't like it, so I was wondering if we had options we could look at.
Come on over, let's go look at some options. So here's some options I think would suit you.
Okay. Go back. Yeah, I want that one.
Yeah, I choose that one too.
Have you guys caught on to the theme today? All these women are having issues with their boyfriends, husbands, fiancés, fathers even, who are against them getting tattoos for obvious reasons, yet they still want to rebel and get more.
A video came across my For You page of a woman asking how you would feel if your boyfriend told you that he didn't want you getting any more tattoos. I guess she's been dating this guy for 5 months, and she's got a full sleeve on one arm and mentioned how she thought it would be cool to get a full sleeve on the other arm. And he was like, no, I think the amount of tattoos you have now is fine, and if you want more tattoos, then we need to rethink what we're doing here. Excuse me? I have no tattoos. And I'm a grown adult who is probably at the point in my life where I will never get a tattoo. But if my husband told me that he didn't want me to get a tattoo, I would wake up that next morning and go and get a tattoo. As a matter of fact, let's make it a face tat, just for shits and giggles. Because no way is a man going to tell me what I can and can't do with my body. So...
These feminists and these modern women are losing their minds. Could you imagine telling the whole world, she posted this on social media like it was a flex, telling the whole world, if my husband told me not to get a tattoo, I would go get one the next morning. Like, do you think this is a flex? Because it's not.
For all of the men who hate my tattoos, let me tell you why I got them. One time I heard a man say, I would never touch a woman with tattoos. And my mind went to immediate survival. So does that mean that I could possibly avoid being raped or essayed because I have tattoos and I'm not your style? Let me cover my body in them. And I did.
Once again, do these women really think this is a flex? She got a face tattoo, looks absolutely horrible, and you know what, as they say, beauty is an eye of the beholder, but that, in my opinion, looks just horrible. Any face tattoo, man, woman, it doesn't matter. Like, what are these people thinking?
When we met, we were online, and you only heard my voice, and we only played games together. You didn't know what was on my face. So if you fell in love with who I was without looking at me, and then you later learned that I had a face tattoo, that would change your opinion of me? Or does it only matter if the tattoo came after the marriage? Because if I had it before, you'd be fine with it.
Yeah, if you had it before, you'd be fine. Yeah, well, like, you didn't tell me this about yourself, like, you wanted it, and then you just decided, like, hey, I want to get a tattoo on my face. Or
Yeah.
whatever, like,
So same thing if I wanted to get a BBL. And then you'd be like, oh, you weren't the type of person that wanted BBL. But what?
What do you mean?
Would you be okay with a BBL?
For me? Nah, you good. Yo, all natural, you good. What would you want a BBL for?
Because I like the shape.
I am not saying I always support you in whatever you do. I'm just saying the type of person you explained to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You told me this about yourself, and then afterwards you start doing the opposite.
But do you feel like it's a specific type of person who gets a tattoo? Any type of person can get a tattoo. You feel like it's a specific type of person?
I don't want no tattoo, so I'm a special.
Well, you're a special type of person anyway.
So I want to leave you guys off with a question. What would you do if your girlfriend, wife, fiance, whatever, one day just wakes up and she's like, hey, honey, what do you think about me getting a whole sleeve or a few tattoos? How would you guys answer? Let me know down below. And with that being said, that is it for today, folks. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Have a great day.